You have waited long enough for this person, and now they find themselves consumed with regret for making you wait so long. Their shame is undeniable as they reflect on the way they left things unresolved. They abandoned the connection without offering you any solid reason or explanation, and that realization weighs heavily on their conscience. Now, they are rushing back into your life, driven by a desperate need to make amends. They are prepared to do whatever it takes to earn your trust and restore what was lost. This person knows they made a grave mistake by choosing the wrong people or situations over you, and they are paying the price for those decisions. Their suffering is immense, and they can't escape the consequences of their actions. This person hurt you deeply. Their choices and actions left scars, yet now they find themselves in a reversed position, crying over the possibility that they might lose you forever. They are plagued with doubt and fear, wondering if you will even hear them out or give them the chance to express the emotions they've long kept hidden. Vulnerability is not something they've ever been comfortable with, but their feelings for you run so deep that keeping them bottled up is no longer an option. They recognize that their fear of being vulnerable has only driven a wedge between you, and they're finally beginning to confront that fear. The pain of losing you has become unbearable, forcing them to reconsider how they approach their emotions and this connection. They are fully aware that their inconsistent behavior has hurt you. It's no secret to them that their unpredictability caused you to pull back your energy and retreat to protect yourself. They know you didn't deserve to be treated that way, and they carry the guilt of knowing that they pushed you away. Despite the distance, their feelings for you haven't faded. If anything, the separation has made their love grow stronger. Even though they are loving you silently from afar, the absence of your presence in their life is a pain they can no longer endure. They notice your silence, your unwillingness to engage, and it cuts them deeply. They miss your energy, your words, and the connection you once shared, and they are longing to fix what they broke. This person is also feeling deeply uncomfortable in their current circumstances. Their life has become messy, disorganized, and overwhelming, and they can't help but feel the emptiness of your absence. They've come to the realization that you were always their anchor, the person who provided them with emotional support and guidance when life became too hard to handle. Without you, they feel unsteady and lost. They now understand that your love and encouragement were their biggest sources of motivation, the driving force that helped them overcome challenges. They crave your presence not just as a source of comfort but as an integral part of their life that they can no longer imagine being without. It's evident that this person loves you deeply. Their heart and soul are undeniably tied to you, even though they ran from you in the past. They've spent time reflecting on their actions, trying to understand why they made the choices they did, and they've come to realize that running from you was their way of avoiding their own inner wounds. They needed to confront their past trauma, heal old scars, and grow as a person before they could fully embrace the love they feel for you. This period of separation, while painful for both of you, has given them the clarity they needed to see where their heart truly belongs. Now, they are ready to take responsibility for their mistakes and do whatever it takes to rebuild the connection. They want a fresh start with you, a new beginning free from the baggage of the past. They are determined to show you that they've changed and that they are willing to be the consistent, loving partner you deserve. Their love for you has only grown stronger through the trials and mistakes, and they hope you can find it in your heart to forgive them. They dream of a future where you can move forward together, leaving behind the pain and building a relationship based on trust, vulnerability, and mutual respect. This person's journey has been one of self-discovery and growth, but it's also been a painful realization of what they stand to lose. Their love for you has become the driving force behind their transformation, and they are ready to show you just how much they've learned. While the decision to forgive and let them back into your life is ultimately yours, they hope you'll see the sincerity in their actions and give them the chance to make things right. I thought that by leaving you behind, I was doing both of us a favor, sparing us the weight of something that felt too overwhelming to handle. But I was wrong. Every day without you feels incomplete, and I miss you more than I can put into words. Whether you believe it or not, my life has been utterly transformed since the day I met you. I wasn't prepared for the impact you would have on me, for the way you would alter everything I thought I knew about love, connection, and even myself. It was the intensity of our connection that first attracted me to you. There was something magnetic about the way we fit together, as though our souls had known each other long before our bodies met. That intensity was beautiful but also terrifying. It consumed me, leaving no room for pretense or distance, and I wasn't ready for it. I was scared of how deeply you could see into me, how vulnerable I felt in your presence. And so, I ran. Not because I didn't care, but because I cared too much. It felt like I was losing control, like I was standing at the edge of a cliff and didn't know if I would fall or fly. Even now, I can't forget the way your eyes held me, as if they could see every corner of my soul. I could get lost in them endlessly, and sometimes, even from a distance, I still do. When I look at your photo, it's as if you're right here with me. The connection between us is so strong that I feel you even when we're miles apart. I can sense your emotions, almost as though they're my own, and in the beginning, that frightened me. I didn't understand how someone could affect me so profoundly, how I could feel so connected to someone in a way that defied logic. For a while, I wondered if I was losing my grip on reality, but now I see it for what it is, love in its purest, rawest form. I regret going silent on you. It's one of my greatest regrets, and the weight of it hasn't left me. There are moments when I replay our last encounter in my mind, wishing I could go back and hold on to it longer, wishing I had said all the things I left unsaid. The memory of that time we spent together is bittersweet. It brings me joy because it reminds me of what we had, but it also fills me with sadness because I let it slip away. I didn't realize then how much you meant to me, or maybe I did, and that's what made it so hard to stay. But now, with every passing day, the truth becomes clearer: you are my true love. The time apart has only deepened my understanding of what we shared. My heart burns for you in a way that's impossible to ignore, and I would do anything to be with you again. I've spent so much time reflecting, trying to make sense of my feelings, and the one thing I know for certain is that I was blind to love before I met you. You opened my eyes to something I had never experienced before, something I didn't even know was possible. It's not just the big moments that stay with me, it's the little things, too. The way you laugh, the way you speak, the way you do the smallest, most ordinary things with such grace and beauty. You may not realize it, but I notice everything about you. I've always noticed, and I've always loved you for it. This love I feel for you is not something I can easily put into words, but it's there, constant and unshakable. It's in the way I think about you when I wake up and the way you're the last thought on my mind before I sleep. It's in the ache I feel when I imagine what life could be like if we were together, and in the hope that one day, we might find our way back to each other. I know I made mistakes, and I'm not asking for forgiveness because I know I don't deserve it. What I want you to know is that my love for you has never wavered, not even for a moment. If I could go back, I would do things differently. I would face my fears instead of running from them. I would hold on to you with everything I have and let you know how much you mean to me. But since I can't change the past, all I can do is hope for a future where we have another chance. You are my true love, and nothing will ever change that. No amount of distance, no amount of time, can diminish what I feel for you. You are the person who taught me what it means to truly love, and for that, I will always be grateful. My heart belongs to you, now and always. I keep having these vivid flashbacks of our past conversations, and they've been weighing heavily on my mind. Every memory brings back a mix of emotions, regret, sadness, and guilt. I realize now that when I had the chance to show you my love and affection, I completely blew it. I acted foolishly and immaturely, letting my ego and pride take control instead of being honest and vulnerable with you. I thought I was being clever, that by acting aloof and giving you less of my time and attention, I could somehow make you want me more. But looking back, I see how misguided and wrong I was. I failed to understand who you truly are and what you value in a relationship. You're not someone who falls for games or superficial gestures. You are a woman who believes in love that is built on trust, consistency, and a genuine connection. You value long-term commitment, not temporary flings or shallow attention. I see that so clearly now, and it makes me feel ashamed of how I behaved. I was blinded by my own arrogance, thinking I could win you over by being distant, when what you needed and deserved was someone who could be fully present, someone who could love you wholeheartedly and without hesitation. The more I think about it, the more I feel embarrassed about how immature and selfish I was. You were too good for me, someone so loyal, genuine, and kind. You were everything anyone could ever hope for in a partner, and yet I took you for granted. I let my insecurities and fears dictate my actions, and in doing so, I ended up pushing you away. I know now that I didn't just let you down, I let myself down, too. I failed to rise to the level of love and commitment that you deserved, and I regret it deeply. From the very beginning, you were honest and genuine with me. You were always there, showing me your true self and offering me your love without conditions or expectations. And yet, instead of appreciating your authenticity, I acted in ways that hurt you. I lied to you, not because I didn't care, but because I was too scared to reveal my true feelings. I thought hiding behind a facade of indifference would protect me from vulnerability, but all it did was create distance between us. I see now how much damage I caused by not being honest, and I can only imagine how disappointed you must have felt. I became so used to the love and attention you gave me. It became like a constant presence in my life, so much so that I even dreamed about it. I never once stopped to think that I could lose it. I never imagined a day when you might take that love back, and I see now how foolish and entitled that was. I didn't fully appreciate the gift of your love while I had it, and I hate myself for taking you for granted. You gave me everything, your time, your loyalty, and your heart, and I failed to give you the same in return. Instead, I let my ego and my fears get in the way, and I didn't give you the love and attention you deserved. I thought I had all the time in the world to make things right, but now I realize how precious those moments were and how much I squandered them. Losing you has been a wake-up call. It's forced me to confront my own flaws and recognize how much I need to grow as a person. I've come to understand that love isn't about playing games or trying to control how someone feels about you. It's about being open, honest, and vulnerable. It's about showing up every day with your whole heart and giving your partner the love and respect they deserve. I wish I had learned that lesson sooner, but unfortunately, I learned it the hard way, by losing you. I can't undo the past, and I know I can't erase the pain I caused you. But I want you to know that I see my mistakes clearly now, and I'm deeply sorry for the ways I hurt you. You were a bright light in my life, and I let my own foolishness dim it. I'll carry the regret of losing you with me, but I'll also carry the lessons I've learned. You've shown me what real love looks like, and for that, I will always be grateful. I only wish I could have been the person you deserved when you were by my side.